Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Getting ready, getting ready, getting ready, ready. We getting ready, getting ready, getting ready, ready.
And we are back. Okay, you already see the title of the video. Listen, I'm your host Patrick, and I kind of like doing these discussions sometimes because I just think that it's kind of important. So don't be mad at me because this is all in love. Everything that we will discuss here is in love first and foremost. Now I already understand no matter what you do in life, sometimes people are gonna like you and sometimes people just not. I'm good with that, okay? I'm not here to piss anybody off or anything like that. I'm just here to continue a conversation that I think is important when I share with you my perspective and from the angle that I'm looking at this, okay? But as you guys know, if you've seen any of our other mukbangs on this channel, we always introduce the star of the show, which is the food first. We have Taco Bell here, as you already know. What we have here is two smothered burritos. I've never had the smothered burrito before, to be honest with you. It looks like an enchilada. We have two double-decker tacos. Haven't had that in a long time. We have one, what is this? Crunch Wrap Supreme. And some churros with chocolate dip. I don't know if you can see the chocolate dip. And these did not come from Taco Bell. What is the name of this? Because they look really good, and we got them out of the mall, and I can't remember the name of it.
Molten Minis.
Molten Minis. Yeah. I think that's the name of the place. And so this is a carrot cake. This is a queso. This is peanut butter. This is, I'm not really sure, something with marshmallows on the top. We have quesadilla over here. On this plate we have quesadilla. We have some cheese dip for the quesadilla. And we have a burrito supreme, which is actually not what I ordered. I actually ordered a grilled stuffed burrito, and I guess they just said, screw me, we're going to give you what we want to give you. So that's how that goes. And some french fries. I'm not sure what makes these french fries special or whatever, but these are for Jay. He'll be eating this off camera, so maybe we can ask him how that is, because I'm not really interested in french fries too much. As you already know, if you've seen some of my other mukbangs, I always like to have noodles. I think there was only one that we did so far where I did not have noodles, and I'm not really sure why I didn't. But these are the, do you have the pack for this? I want to show the packing pack. These are the 2-time spicy samyang noodles, the ones that they had the big challenge for, I think some years ago, or something like that. But I really love these. Is this one right here? If you can see that, it's this one right here, the 2-time spicy. That's what I'll be eating on the noodles, and that's it for the food. We didn't actually we have some drinks, but they're like in the refrigerator, so we're just gonna kind of wing it with this, because the main thing other than the food is the conversation. I will be looking over here at my phone, my really screwed up phone, off camera, to try to keep myself on track. First of all, I want to say apologies to the headliner Kiel Alo, because the discussion is from the event that was actually supposed to be his birthday event, his birthday concert, and I just feel like it was kind of screwed up. That a lot of the discussion after this concert is just all about Morissette and all about however people feel about the situation that transpired with her, as we will get into. And I just don't feel like that's fair. I do honestly feel like he's kind of owed some kind of open apology, as well as the other artists that were involved. Honestly, just because when you put together a concert and things like this, you know, everybody that's involved, they are getting involved because they not only care for the headlining artist or the management team, but they also want to have exposure. No singer out here is just out here singing just because they just want to sing. They don't care about paying the bills. They don't care if their fans even know where they are. No, nobody's really doing that. If they are, they're probably not very successful. I'm just keeping it real, right? You know, so I just think that it's a little unfair for all of the performers, especially that were involved, that none of them are really being talked about after this, only because of this whole screwed up situation that people are discussing instead. So I just wanted to throw out apologies to Kiel, as well as all of the other performers of that night. I just want to say I really feel bad for those people, because you know, I understand as a singer that you know you want to get your exposure and everything as well. You don't want to have to be overshadowed by a lot of BS. And not saying that Morissette wants to be overshadowed with BS either, because I mean sometimes you just get yourself into situations that it just becomes hard to get out of. And I'm gonna try to take some of these noodles. You will see Jay taking some things off the counter. I'm gonna pass him this because it's right in front of me. Moving along, because I don't want to keep you here all day. I'm just trying to put it out there to get. I would like to know what other people are thinking as well, because I don't know if because I've read a few different articles and seen the videos and all that. I was thinking about posting those, doing kind of like a live watch of the videos and commentary along with this mukbang, but I just feel like a lot of those videos are they're a little bit long. Some of them like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and things like that. And I think it will add up to being an extra long video when everybody has already seen those things. And I just feel like I don't want to add that much to this. This is just a discussion. Now the main word. These are really spicy noodles. It feels like it's taking my breath away. I really should have probably got some water. So along with this, it seems like I'm going to be taking the spicy noodle challenge while I'm trying to deliver this. What I feel is like a serious message. So if Jay ever feels like having mercy on me, he can bring me a glass of water, and I would love that. But the main word that you might hear me say a lot through this video is contracts. I'm kind of coming from the angle of contracts, okay? And because from what I've read, Morissette has been paid, or you know, it didn't say exactly how much she was paid, but she has been paid according to articles. I'm going to do my best to come back and place the articles links in the description section. These noodles are killing me. But I'm going to try to place the links to the noodles to the articles in the description section. And maybe this is purpose. Maybe this is good that you guys get to possibly laugh at me. And I know some of the people that are hating this discussion will probably like to think that this is great that I'm like screwing this up. I didn't bring my salsa. I made salsa. Could you please give me my salsa? Because I don't like to have a dry burrito or taco. Anyway, as I was saying, from what I've read, and I'm only giving commentary off of what has been released. Those of you who are here because you totally understand every single thing, you was there, you was behind the scenes, or you was doing whatever. No hatred is here, okay? Share what you know and understand in the comment section. Enlighten me. And let's not come from a place of trying to have sympathy and all of these different things. We'll talk about that. We're trying to come from a place here on this channel of just stating literally what happened. What happened, what didn't happen. We're not trying to make excuses for anyone. We're not trying to make excuses for the management team of the venue. We're not trying to make excuses for anybody. The host, the headliner. We're not trying to make excuses for the management team. We're not making excuses for Morissette or anyone. We're just going to just really take a look at things, like I said, from mostly a contractual angle, okay? like I said, she had already been paid something, and she was at the rehearsals. I saw a video of one of the rehearsals. I don't know which day that rehearsal was done on. Here's my salsa in a really screwed up container. I didn't get a chance to like move it into a bowl, but I made this salsa myself. It's good. I already know this. So I saw a video of the rehearsal, and I don't know if this was the same day of the event. It kind of felt like a same day, but at the same time, I kind of feel like maybe it was earlier, because the video I saw, Morissette was still reading the lyrics off the sheet. The guy wasn't really reading the lyrics at all. So it gave me a feeling that maybe this video had been done maybe a month or so before the event, because I would expect that if the video was actually done on the day of the event, then nobody would be reading lyrics at that point, correct? I mean, why would you be still reading lyrics if it was the day of the event? It's just, I'm just putting it this way. If I'm headlining an event and I brought somebody along to participate in my event, and then we get to the morning of, or the day of the event, and we're doing the final rehearsals, and if that person is still reading lyrics, I'm nervous, because I don't want anything to go wrong if this is my event, period. No matter who the person is. If they're still reading lyrics, I have questions. Okay, because from what I've seen, at least from Kiel's Instagram page, this event had been at least official on September the 13th. Now this event took place on November 6th, I believe. So that was at least a good 2 months, or close to 2 months. It was almost 2 months between the time that he posted an official statement that this is on. I'm assuming once he makes an official statement, usually you can at least assume that all of the participating artists have at least been given some sort of deposit payment, and that the contracts are already fully done. The whole lineup for the show is already done. That's what you usually would have happen by the time you make an official statement on the concert, if you're really about your business. Okay. I want to say something to the people who feel like they will say like, well, it's not like it was her own concert. When you sing, I feel like when you sing and perform for a living, every performance, every interaction, any what you think is a little gig or a big gig or whatever, anytime you're out representing yourself, you're representing your brand. Therefore, I feel that everything you do should be considered with the same professionalism, the same skill, the same work ethic, and everything, as if it were your own actual concert that you were doing. It needs to be that serious. I mean, because first of all, you would not be getting invited to do things if people did not feel like you were serious about your craft. If people did not feel like you were serious about the work that you do as an artist, people are not going to want to deal with you. How is the smothered burrito?
It's heavy.
He said the smothered burrito is heavy. I don't know. I don't understand what that means. Maybe that means it's a lot. But I wanted to know, is it good?
It's good.
I get it now. It's really a lot of meat in there. I wish I could show you, but that's going to be very difficult. Maybe Jay could hold the opening side of his, because he's closer to the camera, and show you what the inside looks like. I don't know if you can see that. That is the inside of the smothered burrito. I think his is nearly gone. It looks like they have rice in here, cheese inside, some kind of, I guess they're little, I'm gonna say fake beef. And speaking of fake beef, hopefully nobody has fake beef with me with this conversation. I think this video is going to be long because I still have a lot of things to say. I'm trying to make this quick, you guys, but I've already talked about the point about everything that you do is going to represent you. You have to represent you should never be thinking as a professional performer that does this for a living. You should never be thinking, oh, well, this is only Jay's event, so I don't need to really show up for rehearsal. Well, I don't really need to learn the choreo for that little thing he want me to do. I can just learn that on the morning of the event. You should never really be thinking on that level. You just should not. Because when you do things like that, and you show people that you have a lack of care, it not only affects your relationship with that particular artist who invited you, but it will also affect everyone else that artist may know and be connected with in the industry. And not only that, but also the management team, the management of the actual venue, everybody, all of these people are interconnected when you talk about the music industry. So you cannot just see this as, oh, she was only rude to this one person. It may be the case. Excuse me. However, it's still going to have a ripple effect usually throughout the business. And that's just honest. It's just going to have a ripple effect. Man, I wish I had an extra spoon. I don't want to do that on camera. Do we have an extra spoon? Or we can just, can I use that? Okay, I'll just use this. But I don't want to harp on that too much. I have at least 2 other points I want to try to make here. Okay. Let's talk about the banging her head on the wall situation. Okay. I'm saying the banging on her head after the interview before the decision was made to decide not to perform. Now, okay, yes. Depression and mental illness is serious. It's a very serious thing. Also, being honest and open about it to those who have spent money, who's paid to bring you someplace, they also need to be taken, they should be taken seriously as well. Just as serious as your depression, as serious as any of that. Because you have to consider other great performers. Let's just consider the other great performers that we know about that have had unforeseen situations occur. I don't really want to name anyone. I think we all know some different performers who have either gone on stage and they were sick. They could perform the entire concert sick, crying, almost dead or whatever. You've had singers go on stage and they just found out, and right when they were supposed to go out, that maybe their father or their mother just passed away, or they just fell seriously ill to the point that they're in the ER or something like that. And they will still continue that concert, even if the thing is how you handle that. Like I said, because all of those people still have to be taken seriously. Even if you're going to decide that I just can't go on, I just can't do it, that's fine. However, like I said, consider those people who have paid money. Those people who have paid money, not only your fans, but the people over the venue. They have to pay to have the electricity on during the time of your venue, all of your rehearsals and everything like that. All of your, if there are dancers there, all of these people that are contributing, that even if they are not exactly part of your particular set during the show, they are still going to be all affected. As I mentioned earlier, you have other performers who perform that same night, and a lot of us probably don't even know who they are because we're too busy just talking about Morissette. A lot of people don't even know who Kiel Alo is. You know? I mean, just consider that. Especially if you're watching right now and you don't even know who the headliner, you didn't even know the headliner's name right until I mentioned it just now. You know? I mean, those are things you really need to consider because all of these people have spent money and time, and they've invested in this same show that you were supposed to be doing the exact same thing. Now, like I said, if it becomes so great, your depression becomes so great where you really make the final decision of not going on, you really should, in part of considering those people, everyone involved, you need to bring yourself to a place where you go on the stage, you personally. The point is, you do not send your management to do that type of task, even if your management had to be the one to make the call. The point is, when you sign up to be part of an event, your name becomes part of the marketing. When they're putting your name out there, they're doing that because, just like with any other person that's part of that show, all of the people will find all of their respective fans of Kiel Alo, Yano Gibbs, I think, was supposed to be part of this. All of the other people that were part of this, all of their individual fans are going to see this as well, and they're going to buy tickets because of their respective artists that they love. So therefore, if one of those artists decide to back out of the show at the last moment of the show, and those fans are in those seats anticipating their arrival, you need to at least show your face to show that, yes, I did make it here. However, I'm just not going to be able to do it. Then your fans can understand much better versus you seeing a video or you just seeing your fave artist just walking out. That's crazy. I mean, consider the amount of money and time and changing your schedules around, everything that you would have had to do in order to just be there for this day, and you're excited. You might have bought a new outfit and all of these things. And yes, like I said, depression and mental illness is real. Also, having family members that become sick at the last moment, and all kinds of things do happen. It really is a real thing. However, in professionalism, there is a way to handle things. Just like in your own day-to-day job, if you work in the call center, you work wherever. If something was to befall you in that moment, the first thing you're thinking about is your loved one, or you're thinking about however your body may be feeling at that moment. However, the best thing that you're supposed to do as a consummate professional in your industry, reach out to any other people that may be affected by your absence. So therefore, you do that. And in the entertainment field, part of that is addressing your fans. All of those people who may be in the audience that came to see you, you need to address them personally. And then that's where you can be really ultimate. I mean, I'm not saying nobody's not forgiving her, but it does make a situation for an artist, because your diehard fans will probably stay with you no matter what. And that's the great part. However, the not so great part is the reason why an artist goes to these events where there are multiple artists involved is because you yourself will become exposed to other people that can possibly become new fans as well. Now, if their first impression of you becomes you just walked out of a concert, do you think that these people are going to ultimately decide, oh, she's going to be my new fave? Probably not. You know, I mean, let's just keep it really real. And I'm just going to try to move on. I don't want to stay on it too much. Let me see. I think how many more things I wanted to say. I'm just going to say this one time. No matter what, and I know if you know anything about the music industry or show business, you will know the saying, the show must go on. No matter what. No matter what, it's just a reality in the entertainment field. You are here to entertain you, and just like with models and things like that, you will suffer for your craft. Because who becomes so lucky? Excuse me. How many people become so lucky in this world that they have this type of opportunity? There are not many, right? You know, so you do what you have to do. You do what you have to do. Like I said before, consider those people other faves and other artists that you've known in the past that have had situations and they still either went on with the show, or they had to come out there and cry to the audience because they really hated the cancel, but they had to explain themselves, and then, you know, they were okay to leave. You know, I mean, it's just a reality. And my last point, thinking of all the money that not only the fans sent, but the host. Okay, I think I might have already said this. Okay, so I've already mentioned my last point. I mentioned it earlier. Sorry. So, like I said, I'm gonna wrap this up right quick. I really hate that I didn't get into my food because I'm really so serious about this topic. You know, I think people are not really realizing it, and I think only the people that really understand this, or people that have worked in the industry, or maybe just people that just understand a certain type of work ethic. You know, that you just don't call in to work just because. You know, or even if you do, at least you call, right? You know, there's a difference from call, like they say. You can be a no call, no show. Is that something that they're going to be forgiving you for at work? Probably, but there's going to be a penalty that comes with that. For example, I've known of one other artist that did just walk out on their show due to a situation with their wife. You know, and yes, we all understood that situation. He was my idol. Actually, it was Kanye West. He would be the only other person I would name with the situation, and he walked out of his own concert. But yes, he ended up getting sued about that. You know, because like I said, all of these other people that have contributed money and time and resources, it's a certain way to handle things. You know, it's just a certain way to handle things, you guys. Now, thank you guys for watching this video, especially if you made it this far. I'm wrapping this up. I want to hear what anybody else has to say about this. Hopefully I didn't talk too long. I'm going to have to get off camera now. I'm going to get into the rest of this food and try to kind of relax the rest of my day. But we do have a lot of things that we're also working on for this channel that will be coming up in December. So I just wanted to take some time out from doing that to do this because I just feel like I really needed to do it now. Alright? So thank you for joining us on here on this video. If you want to follow us, definitely subscribe to the channel and click the bell. Make sure you're there because we not only talk about Morissette, but we also do a lot of reactions for a lot of other artists. And if you've seen any of our other reaction videos on here, you will already know that I love watching her sing. I love hearing her voice. I was at a concert where I watched her sing live, and it was great. So it's like I said before, there is no hate here, okay? And you can also follow our Instagram. All of the information should be there in the description section. Hopefully I will get those articles down there. It may not be there upon immediately when this video is posted, but hopefully eventually by the next 24 hours of the posting of this, if you come back, the link should be there, okay? So I'm going to finish this and I'm going to eat, because I have a lot of work to do after this. So until next time, you guys, peace.